Yeah, I'll hop on here. Hey, Anthony. What up, everybody? Yeah, I can see I'm still growing out the beard, trying to commit to it. And how was your day today? Why does it say this stream has 961,598 views? I have no clue, but let me go check that out. Let me go from a non logged in perspective and see. YouTube's got some glitches going on lately. Yeah, it's a glitch. It's not showing that from my end. Yeah, if if YouTube would have said right, if YouTube would have said it would have said that, I'd probably have like millions of people flooding to this live stream just because that's how YouTube's algorithm works. I still haven't broke down that barrier between me and all the 10K subscriber channels. But I mean, I know I'll be there in a couple months. Just a matter of patience. Like sometimes I low key make these live streams just to strategize with my subscribers because I mean, who would know better how I would succeed than the people that actually showed interest in. One of these days, I'm gonna get on here with a full grown beard. Almost there, low key. Just this side is real patchy. Golly. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be picking new moderators too, but I can't get the people that showed interest to get on the live streams. And one of the requirements was that you have to show up to a certain percentage of the live streams. What up, Die Squad 17? YouTube is gonna have to know who I am eventually. Shout out Die Squad 17. That's my main shooter right there. Khalil.
Should have cleaned up then. Y'all clean up. I've been told you that.
Can you shut the door? I said, can you shut the door?
What you fully dressed for?
Because I'm about to do a workout in these clothes. It's easier to sweat when you have on a full outfit. Khalil, knock it off, man. There's 5 people on here. I can't get 5 likes. I told you whenever you said you smell something, I was like, it's probably food burning. That's what I'm saying. Only other person besides you that said something in the chat has got on here asking me to shout him out. Then old buddy didn't even subscribe to the channel. What's up, Blake? I'm about to start teasing. Don't come out here that. No, sir.
You're not hurt. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
No, sir, Khalil.
Are you done? No, you're not. That's why you're looking like that.
I don't even know why somebody will be shy on a live stream anyway. Khalil, hush, man. You know how back in the day, whenever your parents said that they were going to spank you and you would cry and cry and cry to make them feel like it wasn't necessary? My son does that a lot. His mom told him to clean his room and he didn't do it. So he's crying because he doesn't want to get a spanking, but she's literally just in the kitchen making something to eat. Like, she's not doing anything to him, but he's crying to gain sympathy. And that doesn't, if you have any younger siblings, let them know that does not get them any sympathy. That is only going to make matters worse. Because it's frustrating. Low key. I think everybody's gone through that little phase, though. You got those kids, and then you got the kids that'll tell their parents, "I love you, mommy. I love you, daddy," so that the parents won't spank them no more. That don't work either. Better love me enough to make me not have to spank you. So there's 7 people on here, and I can't get 7 likes on the stream. Now 6. I hate when people do that. Jump on, look at me for a minute, and then jump off. Just talk, chop it up. That's what this is here for. That's what people be so antisocial on YouTube. It's ridiculous. So like the other day, somebody commented on one of my videos. They were like, "Man, I've been rocking with you for a long time. I remember when this channel only had 1,500. That inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. And then he said, now I have 1,120 subscribers. And like that was like, whoa, like I inspired somebody to start a YouTube channel and now their channel is starting to have success. That feels better than anything else I've accomplished as far as my milestones, because not only was I able to, help myself and, grow my channel, but I inspired somebody to take that blueprint and do the same for themselves, and it worked. So that right there is one of my favorite things about this week. Y'all tell me in the chat something about your favorite thing this week. Little dialogue might help y'all stop being so shy. I already know Ethemy, my moderator, won't have any trouble with that. Y'all need some help. Y'all need like a little push, some training wheels. Don't come out here with that. No, sir. My favorite thing this week was learning the C scale on ukulele. Wow. Wow. The way to set the bar high, Anthony. I can't play that instrument at all. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even. Well, no, I can identify one. It's ukulele is like the really tiny guitar, right? I think I could play that. Two years ago, when I was a substitute, I was learning the guitar. Got pretty good at it, and then the school year ended. I had like at Frederick Douglass Elementary, I had like long-term subbing position for music class and art class, and then the whole bilingual hall. I've done it all. Like I've actually taught a math class. I had a long-term subbing position for the last subbing position I had was for second grade. So I had to do their math lectures, the reading lectures, and all that stuff. I can kind of play the guitar too. You were setting yourself up for success, YouTube success, and success in life. Period. People who could play multiple instruments usually end up being very successful on YouTube. Like I uploaded a video of me drumming, and a video I connected it with a video of me playing the piano, and that video surprisingly did some pretty good numbers. So somebody that could sit through me playing the piano and the drums, like, yeah, almost, Anthony. I've subbed at high school, elementary, middle school. High school was my least favorite. Just because me being so young, and there's a grade that has other, like, young adults. And well, I'll say I honestly don't consider 18-year-olds adults. They're legally adults, but they're not adults. But yeah, like they get to thinking that they know everything just because they're seniors in high school, and they think they've lived so much life that they haven't. They really don't know anything. I'm working on an animation right now, but it's hard. And nothing worth having comes easy. The videos that usually struggle the most to make are the ones that'll do the best numbers. Like it took me forever to realize that what I needed to boost my boxing video, like the videos where I talk about boxing, what I had to do, as much as this hurts to say, I had to upload videos of those fighters I was talking about and put a bunch of video, a compilation video of them in loop while I talked about what was going on with that fighter. So basically, some people are okay with seeing my face on the screen, but some people want to hear me talk about boxing, but they don't want to see my face. And that's just a preference. And I'm not gonna lie, like I enjoy the videos more of like, because my favorite people to watch are like Blue Blood Sports boxing, Dante's Boxing Nation, and Fred from Barbershop Conversations. And I like their videos where you see them, you see like the fighters that they're talking about, and you know they're talking. So sometimes it's the voice that matters most, and I had to learn that the hard way.
Mommy, I've got some ketchup.
This is a video. The video uploaded where I did that has done like twice as good as any two videos that I've put out with me sitting in my office talking about it. I mean, for those that like those videos, to like seeing me get aggravated and stressed out on camera, I'm probably still gonna do them, but I'm definitely gonna do more videos where you know the video compilation is in loop. Y'all gotta listen to Coach. He's speaking facts sometimes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's hey, and keep in mind, Ethemy is a self-trained moderator. Like I didn't have to tell her. Like when I made her moderator, I didn't have to tell her what she was supposed to do. She figured it out on her own and just started doing it and got better and better and better as time went. That's a man. I can't wait to see your growth. Most people aren't that receptive. I'm really curious as to why nobody is talking, y'all. Like, I had two people chopping it up. Mm-mm-mm. I'm really ready to add some moderators to my channel, but attendance isn't good enough for the live streams for me to do that. I can't have 10 moderators if there's only going to be 8 people on the live stream. People are leaving and joining so much. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Sometimes it'll amp up to like 9 people on, and then it'll go back down. Fluctuation is natural for YouTube though. Like people are very fickle, so that means whatever they're feeling, it comes and goes. So one moment somebody could be like, "Oh, I like this YouTuber. I'm going to watch them on a regular basis." That's until they find another YouTuber that they may be interested in more. Then they might decide they don't like that YouTuber anymore and come back. So just fluctuation is part of growth on YouTube. Like when I look at my stats, it says I've lost over 2,000 plus subscribers. So it's like my process of gaining subscribers, like probably overnight, when I wake up in the morning and I say, "Oh, overnight I gained 20 or 30 subscribers." I probably gained like 50 or 60, but the other half probably unsubscribed or somebody else during the day unsubscribed. Like as people come into your channel, there's other people that are leaving out. You know? Why can't those people just stay in? I don't know. I don't think people realize that like eventually the numbers will go up when they just sit still and stay put. Because one time I did a live stream of of me watching the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight. That thing got up over to like 5,000 and something views or 4,000 and something views. And the very most I had on there at one time was like 116 people, just because like as soon as I started the video, 20 people jumped on. And it was just a whole bunch of people saying, show the fight, knowing that I can't legally do that. And if anybody actually watches my channel, I've done a whole video about how YouTube gave me my first copyright strike because I showed a fight, or I had the audio of the fight in the background. So that's not legal for me to do. But anyways, that chat got up to like 116 people on there just because YouTube saw the traffic going in and they started promoting the video around YouTube. So that's what happens when a bunch of people get on a video and they like the video. It's YouTube is based on an algorithm. So that means like every single number multiplies the other number. So I mean, think about it. The point of YouTube is to gain subscribers and to gain views, right? So when you upload a video, that's one chance for you to gain a view and to gain a subscriber. If you upload another video, that's two chances to do the exact same thing. Not only that, the more views you get, the more YouTube promotes your channel and you have another chance of getting subscribers. The more subscribers you get, the more views you get. So that's what an algorithm is. Numbers that multiply each other and multiply themselves. Sorry if that's a little bit too much. I'm an analytics junkie. Thank you so much, Die Squad. Coach, you should do story times about your life. I've thought about that, but I don't even know if I'm popular enough to do that yet. So there's this guy named Omi. His channel is Omi and the Hellcat. I watch him a lot, and he's got like 500 and something thousand. He might even have more than that now. Let me check. But he does story time just because he's that big of a YouTuber, and it'll get millions of views. Oh, now he's got 678,000 subscribers. Yeah, whenever he does it, it works because he's got so much traffic, and people just like hearing him talk now. Don't y'all die? I am getting to that point where trolls are starting to come to my channel a lot now. So I'm gonna explain something to you guys, and you guys might look at me like, "What? What is he talking about?" Trolls are a good thing for your channel. Trolls are a very good thing for your channel. Even though they're very annoying and disrespectful, they're good for your channel. YouTube also promotes based on activity. Activity is likes and comments. That's like under a subdivision called engagement. So if you like somebody's video, you're engaging with that video. If you unlike the video, which is bad, that does affect the video negatively, but that's also engagement. Comments, no matter what somebody comments, it's always going to count as positive engagement. So if a video has like 100 and something comments, it's gonna set off an alert to YouTube. Like, wait a minute, why does this video have so much engagement? Why is there so much activity on this video? They're gonna view it themselves. So there's people that manually go on and look at YouTube videos. How do you think you get caught for copyright strikes and inappropriate content? It's because there's people that manually go on and look at the videos and judge for themselves. You can even request manual reviews if they feel like your video doesn't deserve ads on it. So they go on, they look at the video, they read the comments, and then they see all the activity and they're like, okay, this video needs to be thrown into the pool. The pool is basically when YouTube throws a video into what do you call it? What do they call it? What's it called? Into a rotation. So it's like, say I put out a video and a whole bunch of other YouTubers that have a similar amount of subscribers or more have similar content to me, and both are doing pretty well. One day, my video might be next up rotation for YouTube to spread it out all over the place. After that, that person's video might do it. That's what creates like the fluctuation of views. Like sometimes a bunch of subscribers will just come out of nowhere, and sometimes a bunch of views will just come out of nowhere. Trolls are actually good. It's ironic. Yeah, really ironic. Yeah. It's like I had to learn that hard because back in the day, man, like I used to go off on them immediately the moment they said something disrespectful. So now I kind of bait the trolls into saying more. People love to see how much they can get away with. So say I just ignore the troll and I don't say anything to them. There's one or two things they could do. They can get bored and leave, or they could just eventually people will get annoyed with that troll, and that troll will, that those people that get annoyed with the troll will leave the stream. It's bad. So you have to engage the right way with the troll. Challenge him. Say something back to him. Like, don't just go off on the troll and shut him down or whatever. Like, say something that's going to force them to respond, not just with a bunch of nonsense, but intelligently, so that it creates an argument, and it lets people know that you're still keeping your cool. You're in control. So you have to maintain control, but keep that troll on talking their noise until they start saying cuss words and derogatory things. That's when you shut them down. That's what my moderators are for. Yeah, like on my boxing rants, at least 25% of the comments are trolls. Good thing about it is though, trolls are human. So sometimes I mess around and say something that a troll agrees with, and they start trolling the people that disagree with me. So I'm trying to put y'all on game. This is the perfect time to ask questions, y'all. I'm probably gonna watch Omi and the Hellcat pretty soon. So Omi has 12 times the amount of subscribers that I have. That's crazy. Wait. No, he has more than 12 times. He has 120 times the amount of subscribers I have. Trolls annoying, but they funny sometimes. Yeah, I can't lie about that either. They like sometimes they do say stuff that makes me laugh. But this is still my channel, and there's a certain amount of respect people have to show when it comes to this channel. So. Like I hate to come off like as a tyrant or a dictator, but that's basically what I'm supposed to be on my YouTube channel, as a dictator. Like things have to flow a certain way, and I have to manage and control how things flow. There's some people that are so good at this that they never find a way to get kicked off my channel. Like, you'll never see them get kicked off. But then there's other people where they can't seem to stay on a stream without getting kicked off. Hey y'all, listen, when I'm preaching, listen and ask questions. Real, like they always come back. Yeah. And sometimes they come back under a different alias or different username. Yeah. And I'm like a really forgiving person. Like kicking somebody from my channel indefinitely is not something I'm really into. Just because that person could fit, like the next day could be like, dang, I was really disrespectful to that guy and I did it for no reason. I want to go back and apologize. And some people will be like, man, I'm not going to lie. Like, well, I trolled you in one of your videos, but you have really dope content, and I'm glad I'm subscribed and stuff. I had one guy get into an argument with me on one of my videos, and then at the end of your argument, he was like, man, I'm not even going to lie. I just subscribed to you. You're right. So, people are human. And I feel like YouTube is a space that sometimes people could be vulnerable because they don't have to look you in the face. You can see my face, but I can't see yours. So it makes it a little easier for people to be honest with themselves and with everybody else. Like I've met some people that I would actually kick it with in real life on YouTube. Like people I low key kind of consider friends, like pen pals. What up, Murder Man? See, and Murder Man is actually one of the people I was referring to that I would probably kick it with, out like in real life. But yeah, like everybody, when it comes to being on the internet, everybody can fight. Everybody got guns. Everybody got a whole bunch of homies that are willing to fight and die for them, and everybody's just got a bunch of money. Like those are the claims I get on a regular basis. And then somehow, me, the guy whose channel you're on, doesn't have a life, can't fight, can't do none of this stuff. Like I'm just nothing and I'm worthless, and then they're just up here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I've gotten so many threats of harm on my channel, it's not even funny. Literally, just I could say something like, I think Manny Pacquiao punches harder than Miguel Cotto. I could say something like that, and somebody will threaten my life for it. Even though it's all subjective, because uh, people can like Cotto was known as a tough fighter and a really hard puncher, but the thing is though, Manny Pacquiao ran through him. Like Manny Pacquiao tore him limb from limb. So in that sense, you kind of have to give Manny Pacquiao his respect for how good of a fighter he is. The dude is 41 years old, and he beat Keith Thurman, who was an undefeated belt, like an undefeated title holder. A man that beat Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Manny Pacquiao picked them apart. So, you gotta respect it. Not only that, he outclassed the crap out of Adrian Broner, who's, even though he's not really that serious of a fighter, like I don't think he takes his craft serious enough, and he's talked up things that he couldn't back up. Like Adrian Broner is probably still going to be a Hall of Famer. He still broke records. He still did things that nobody else did. Not only that, the only losses he has are at welterweight division. When he was at 140 and 135 and 130, nobody could touch him. Nobody could touch him. He started losing when he faced, I think his first loss came at the hands of Maidana. I believe it was Maidana. So he lost to Maidana. He had a draw with Jesse Vargas. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. Who else did he lose to? He lost to Sean Porter. So think about that, y'all. One of the guys that are like, Maidana was one of the top welterweights back when they fought. He was the one who gave Floyd Mayweather a tough fight. Manny Pacquiao has been one of the top fighters for the past 10 years. Sean Porter is one of the top welterweights right now. So he only lost to 3 greats. Sean Porter might end up being a Hall of Famer if he continues his run, just because of him getting Fighter of the Year with Errol Spence. He shocked me a little bit because he hung in there. And the fact that he got up from that vicious knockdown where his eyes literally crossed and his teeth bucked, he got up from that and came back swinging. That was impressive. And they'll say, F what you think. Yep. Even, no matter how professional your opinion is. So check this out. I've had people argue with me relentlessly on how the body works, and then try to tell me that I don't have a degree. Here's my master's, and here's my bachelor's degree, and my other master's degree is somewhere in my room. And if you guys have seen the videos of me in my office, you guys see all the certifications I have. y'all see that I'm in 3 different academic fraternities, like prestigious academic fraternities. So like I'm no dummy, like at all. But they'll be like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," all that stuff. Like the video where I'm trying to tell people that the wrist is not supposed to go like at a 90-degree angle. I'm a flexible guy. I'm an athlete. I've been an athlete since I was 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old, and haven't stopped. Like every single year from the age of 3 till now at 28, I've competed in some sort of sport. Like competed, trained and competed in some sort of sport. So I know what I'm talking about, and I'm very flexible. People were arguing with me on behalf of Tyson Fury being like because his glove was flapping at a 90-degree angle, and they were like, "Oh, he's flicking the wrist." I was like, "So you mean to tell me that his wrist can bend at a 90-degree angle this way and this way when it's physically impossible? Your metatarsals are not shaped like that. Your metacarpals either. Those bones are not shaped to where they can bend at a 90-degree angle. You would literally have to break your wrist, one of the thickest bones in your body, in order for your wrist to bend at a 90-degree angle." And they were arguing with me, saying I don't know anything about boxing. Like, bro, this isn't even a matter of boxing. This is a matter of anatomy. Like, your body can't do that. Things that coach did. What's up, Luca? Like, it just annoys me like that people will try to tell you that you know nothing and they know it all. Bro, I refuse to take any crap from somebody that don't even show their face. Like the most of these people that argue with you and cuss you out on YouTube don't even have AVIs. You see how everybody on here, all of you guys have an AVI. You're showing some sort of personality, showing that you're a real channel. You know, like kids, it's okay for them to have cartoons and stuff as their AVIs. Like that's normal. Grown folks, y'all are supposed to show your face. Don't just have a blank. If you want to be well known and well respected on my channel, show me who you are. You know what I mean? And shout out to my man Murder Man XL on here, because a lot of people, you know, like whenever people argue with him, they want to bring up his age and how he looks in his picture. Okay, well he's man enough to show his face. You know what I mean? He's man enough to show his face. All the people that are talking noise to him don't even have an AVI. Not even they're not even showing a cartoon. There's just a little letter for the first name of their YouTube channel. I don't I don't respect none of that. Yeah, no problem. For real, don't be fake up in this at all, Anthony. Let them know. I But as y'all can see, I'm learning my patience. Like I'm not as quick to go off on people as I used to be. Like it was I guess I had to take a little time to get used to how often somebody would just come say some outlandish and disrespectful things to me. I can't stand it. I really can't. But you know, people gonna be people. I guess that's just what they do. If somebody else is uncomfortable with something, they want to make other people uncomfortable. How else do you make somebody uncomfortable besides making them mad? Mm. Yeah, I already know that my boxing videos are going to be the main target for all the shenanigans. Like people act like they can't just state an opinion that contrasts my opinion without cussing at me or telling me I'm stupid or dumb. Something's wrong with you if you ain't got a hater. True that. Yeah. And the funny thing is, people don't realize it, but I know what it is, bro. People are hating on the numbers they see. Like, I mean, when people want to down talk you and play you out to be nothing, they're gonna explore the channel. So they see the amount of views that my channel has. Nobody's going to ignore that. Like, you see the amount of subscribers I have. So whenever a channel that's got like 20 something to 50 something subs, then it's obvious that they want to gain subscribers because you go to their channel and you see that they are posting content and they say things in their bio that says, hey, subscribe to my channel. And they'll say that, they'll talk down on you and content and everything. And it's like, who are you to criticize my content when I'm sitting in a position of subscribers, even though what I have isn't that much compared to big guys like PewDiePie, T Series, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and KSI and all them. My channel is nothing. It's a small little speck. My channel makes enough money for me to pay my car note and a few bills. That's what it does. And to some people that's candy money. Like, somebody will probably, like, people like Jake Paul and them probably go get, when they go to Walmart, they probably buy like $50 to $60 worth of candy whenever they go in just that day. Just because that's the life they can afford now. Like, I just recently got comfortable enough with my life to where if I'm gonna go get a snack, I'll buy $5 worth. Like, if I go to 7-Eleven to go get something, I'll probably buy $5 worth of something. Back in the day, $2 was my limit. Like, dang, are they going? Are the drinks 79 cents today? Matter of fact, when I was a kid, at one point, you could fill up your cup for like 49 cents. So, like, dang, do I have 49? Like, do they have a 49-cent deal today? I'm gonna get that 99 cent chip bag. So I spend $2 on it. You know what I mean? Now I can afford to spend more. Compared to them, I'm nothing, because $5 ain't that much to spend on snacks. You know what I mean? But that's what I have. When I tell y'all, like, these are people that y'all need to go check out. Barbershop Conversations. His first name is actually Fred. Blue Blood Sports. He, like, those two, like, well, Fred, he does it in his actions. Like, he pays for fights for people, like his subscribers. And Blue Blood Sports, he actually addresses people. Like, the whole first part of his live stream, he's going down the list and saying salute to every single user that's on there. Like, so he showed me love. So I appreciate that. Young Pharaoh is another good one. Young Pharaoh shouted me out on his channel, and he posted one of my videos on his Instagram, his personal Instagram, and the guy's got over 200,000 plus subscribers. So for him to show my channel love, I appreciated that. You got Dante's Boxing Nation, he's just an honest guy. You don't hear about him doing anything. Owe Me in a Hellcat. Dude's got 678,000 subscribers, but all he does, like, he's always speaking positively. Most of his videos are him buying expensive cars for his friends and family. Or, like, just him and riding his friends around in his car. He's always preaching and giving positive words and advice. So guys like that are who you guys wanna look at. I know you got your Jake Pauls and your KSIs and your Logan Pauls, people that just care about themselves, but you also got some really, really good YouTubers out there. You got to communicate with your audience, otherwise you lose them. Exactly. Because I was talking to a friend of mine who's trying to get a YouTube get a YouTube channel started, and he was like, bro, bro, I be seeing what you do, and I watch your videos and all that stuff. Bro, I don't know how you do it. Like, get on live stream and talk to people for an hour. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, man, I couldn't sit in front of the screen and talk to those people for an hour. And I was like, bro, if you can't do that, you're probably not going to have much success on YouTube. And I was like, because, bro, there are some people that like your content, and there's some people that, they want to watch your live streams, and then there's some people that like both. But you always have to cater to that audience that they're just waiting till you get back on camera and talk. Like, they want to talk to you. That's a normal thing. Like a lot of people feel like, oh, that's weird that people that don't know you want to get on and see you on camera and talk to you. How is that weird? It's interaction. That's a basic need of humans. Human beings need to socialize with people, and sometimes you need to socialize with somebody at 10 o'clock at night, and there's nobody that, like, some people are in bed at the time. Some people just ain't trying to leave the house at 10 o'clock. So who do you have? Your favorite YouTubers, the ones that actually talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So like I do this because at the end of the day, even though it's only, you know, five to 10 people from my YouTube that get on this, it's worth it. Like y'all are worth that hour of my time. Because if, like, I don't know. I just think it's funny that people think it's weird for people to want to talk to a YouTuber, but they don't think it's weird for people to obsess over an opportunity to meet a celebrity. Think about that. You pay $1,500 for front row tickets to a concert just to get a chance to be close to a celebrity and to get that celebrity to look at you. But me, I'm free. It's free for you guys to get on the live stream and talk to me. So how was that? How was that less logical than somebody going and paying $1,500 to go to a concert, or paying $500 to go sit at Wild 'N Out? You see what I mean? That is what make your channel good. I appreciate that, Luca. Some YouTubers don't care about anything except yeah, that's true. But I mean, once you've gotten to a point in your life where that's what your channel is based on, it's kind of hard, not to. And I'm like, at first I used to get really mad at like the big YouTubers because you wouldn't see them address too many people. But then I had to realize, wait a minute, the most I've had on a live stream at one time is like 100+ people. These big YouTubers like Omi, like I've been on one of his live streams before. Like he has like 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 people that get on his live stream, and they're all commenting around the same time. So he had to disable his rapid chat so that like it would pause for a minute. So somebody that said something 10 minutes ago, he's just now getting to respond to something he said. So he re-enabled his rapid chat and he looks on it and he just addresses like people as a whole. He reads through a bunch of it and then he looks away from it and says stuff. I can respect that because at least the guy is trying. He's trying. You know what I mean? So like that ish looks crazy. Yeah, it does. Like imagine 70,000 people all trying to comment at the same time. You just see the thing is zooming. Like it's like a hammer on a wheel. The wheel just keeps spinning. There's no way you could read all that. So like I had to humble myself and be like, you know what? I'm able to communicate with my audience the way I do because I'm not dealing with that problem. But one thing Omi should do is just start a membership, because once you get to 30,000 subscribers, you can start a membership. So you can go talk to people on live with your membership. I was on Wild 'N Out Live and it was flying. Wow. Yeah, Wild 'N Out is a big channel. I didn't expect them to blow up as quickly as they did, but I mean, the reason why they're so popular is because they have a lot of different content. Like they don't just get on stage and do one thing like stand-up comedians and stuff like that. Like they have different games that they play and all that stuff. So it's just like rapid content that they're able to do. So that's and I didn't get this idea from them, but I pride myself on the fact that I have multiple avenues that I go on. Like, yeah, obviously, like my most popular stuff is the Filet compilations. I won't claim that anything else I put out is better than that stuff. But there are some people that subscribed for the content that I've produced on my own. You know what I mean, and not just compilations I've made. Yeah. It's like you just have to have multiple avenues. People get bored with the same thing over and over and over again. I think Thurman is faster and got better IQ than Spence. And Spence got the rest of the advantages. That's a legit, you know. I don't know, but Thurman beat Porter more convincing. No, he didn't. People trip me out. So one thing I had to debunk the other day is this narrative that Keith Thurman beat beat Sean Porter more convincingly than Errol Spence. So that's not true, guys. Sean Porter outlanded Keith Thurman by one punch. Keith Thurman was just more accurate. Keith Thurman fought off the back foot the majority of that fight against Sean Porter. So Sean Porter was like the bully pressing forward. Now, the reason why I think Errol Spence beat him more convincingly is because Errol Spence had Sean Porter on the back foot. He outlanded him by a significant amount, and he landed way more power punches than him, and he knocked him down. He was pressing forward the whole time, so he took the fight to Sean Porter instead of fighting off the back foot the whole entire time. So he actually physically beat Sean Porter. Keith Thurman just outboxed him. He stayed out of his way. You see what I mean? Like that's not a convincing win to me. You did not prove that you can overpower Sean Porter. Errol Spence proved that he could overpower Sean Porter. That's a big deal. You guys are trading and you drop the guy. That's more convincing of a win to me than staying on your back foot and avoiding punches the whole time and still getting outlanded. No, get out of here with that. Mixed content is the best. Not gonna lie. Yes, I appreciate that because that's my bracket. And I honestly wish, because you know how they have gaming channels, they have sports, they have people in something channels, personal blogs and all that stuff. I wish that there was a category called mixed content because that would be me. But I have to stick to sports, you know, because I'm a sports channel. So whenever I report things that are happening around the world, I have to, you know, like um, I prefer to be a mixed channel. I wish there was a category for small YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, I dyed my hair like I promised y'all I would for the 5,000 subs. You know, it's crazy. I got the 5K a couple days ago, and now this video is titled I'm almost to 6K. But oh, bro. So Omi gets 2,000 subscribers a day. Do y'all know how insane that is? They don't have miscellaneous content. Not at all, bro. Oh yeah, Murder Man, you were on that stream when I died. I like your channel trailer. I do everything. Yep, I do it all. But you know, my main thing is sports. So you know, that's what people come to my channel to see. Like if they're and yeah, it sucks that I'm kind of like marginalized where I'm stuck in one spot, like you know, a specific bracket. But you know, I've it's not illegal to venture outside that bracket. So you know, I dip and I dabble. No, real talk though, like those of y'all that are regulars on my live streams, like I probably appreciate you guys the most. Like just because it's like, yeah, there's 5,000 plus subscribers that view all my content and everything, but you guys are always here. You know what I mean? Always. And then y'all don't see a stream and be like, oh, there's not that many people in here, I'm gonna leave. Like, y'all chop it up. Y'all are like, well, hey, this is my chance to chop it up. So I appreciate that because that lets me know that you guys are here for me. I remember when you had 200. Yes. Bro, when I had 200 subscribers, like, it's crazy though because more people were jumping on my live streams back then than they are now. Yep, sure have. I remember when Coach hit 750. Yep, it's crazy how there's a lot of people that still jump on here every day, and they were around before my channel even hit 1,000 subs. It's crazy though because as difficult as things were for me in that time, I have positive memories from it. Like just the road going up, like man, like I mean, you can't. It just it makes you realize you can't take things for granted. Like, and I'm proud that I was able to show appreciation leading up all the way till now. You know what I mean? Like for 400 subscribers, for 500, for 600, like all the way up into 1,000, and then I waited until I got to 2,500 to do another appreciation video, and then at 5,000, you know, I dyed my hair for everybody. Heck yeah. Have advisory help me do it as well. Yeah, man, this is this stuff makes it worth it. Like just the personal. I don't know. Like it just feels really personal. Because like other people, like a vast majority are here for the fillet videos, and for whenever I make a video, like whenever I do voiceovers, like my I fit in voiceovers where I'm saying goofy stuff over serious situations, like stuff like that. Yeah, the memories make it way better. Yeah. I just can't wait until, I hit 10K and I'm looking back on 5K like this day right here, like dang. I remember there was like 6 or 7 people on the stream and they were showing love, even though I wasn't halfway I was half of what I am now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Public platform is interesting though, because you never know who's watching. Like the people that get on and watch the videos but don't say anything, they could be anybody. They can be anybody. And as nerve wracking as it sounds, 9 times out of 10 is somebody that does not want you to know they're watching. What's up, little man? Hi, little man. Said hi, daddy. You want to say hi to them? Oh, gotta wipe that off. Just yeah, go get a napkin, maybe. Hold on, let daddy get it for you because you grabbed too many. Let him see. Yep. Mommy's in bed. Yeah, I know. What your mommy watching? We can have moving in here in a minute, okay? Yeah, man, that's my little mini me. Bro, coach, exactly like my dad. That's a lot. What do you mean? Oh, your dad watches my channel? That's what's up. When the last time you went shopping? Man, last week. You talking about for groceries, right? Yeah, that was last week. I spent $300+ like just getting essentials and stuff. And I had to hit like 11 different stores to make sure I could find everything I needed. So it was Three Dollar Generals, a Dollar Tree, three different Walmarts, or two different Walmarts. Um, a Walgreens. What else? What else? Where else did I go? Sam's Club. Oh, okay. I guess it was eight. No, I went somewhere else. Three different Dollar Generals, a Dollar Tree, two different Walmarts, Sam's Club, Walgreens. I guess it was only eight. Yeah. Thank you for complimenting my son after me. Uh, Bruh, there ain't nothing in stores. People hoarding too much. Yeah, like it's like anybody with any logic would realize, hey, guys, they're gonna stock up again. Like, just grab what you need whenever you go to the grocery. But I think what it is like people are hoarding because they don't want to leave their houses. Like some people are actually just staying in their houses. But it's 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 not really realistic to hold that together for very long. You know what I mean? Unless you have just a really big house and a really big backyard, it is really hard to stay indoors because but sometimes I find myself losing my mind a little bit. Like, dang, I gotta go somewhere. What's helping me keep my sanity is I go run anywhere from three, sometimes three at the very minimum. But for the most part, it's 5 to 7.5 miles. I get my headphones on and I go run for 5 to 7.5 miles. Like that's how I keep my sanity, being out for at least an hour. Yeah, they raiding them. For real, I went to Sam's Club and it was stocked, but the next day there was nothing. And that's a store that got memberships. You have to have a membership to get into Sam's Club, and people are still cleaning out Sam's Club. And then the messed up thing is, some people got memberships to Sam's Club and Costco. They go raid Sam's Club and Costco, and then go to Walmart and take everything too. Like people are really selfish. It's foolishness. Like I've always believed that if you're doing something that you can't make sense out of, you probably shouldn't be doing it. If you cannot convince people, hey, I'm doing this because I need to do it, then you shouldn't do it. What up, Antoine? They're limiting buys also, only one freezer item per customer. Wow, I did not know that. Where do you live? Because right now, for us, they're limiting toilet paper. Like now, people can only buy one big pack of toilet paper. Yeah, like, cause bro, people can't handle things like this without panicking. That's why it's called a pandemic. Oh, you're in Jacksonville, Mississippi. That sounds like hard time. One freezer item per customer. That's crazy. That people might starve that way. Golly. That's why when this thing first broke out, we had a staff development day at school. So me and a couple of my coworkers, we went to Kroger and we just bought a few things. Then later on that night, I went and got things that I know would last a long time. The way to stretch food and spend the least amount of money is grab things that don't expire. Ramen noodles, rice, pasta, you know, what else? Cliff bars, like just things that are gonna last a long time and they're gonna fill you up and they don't cost that much. Like so the main things that people should have been trying to grab is any type of noodle or pasta, rice, of course seasoning and stuff to make it taste good because seasoning doesn't go bad either. Dressings and water. Yeah, bro. I was telling my girl the other day because she teases me about how often I eat ramen noodles. The thing is, I grew up on ramen noodles. Like I grew up in poverty, so like uh, on weekdays, we'd have our breakfast and lunch at school. We'll come home and either have ramen noodles for dinner, rice and beans, or like green bean hash. And I hated green bean hash because I hate green beans. So like I wouldn't eat that night. Like I wouldn't eat the green beans. I would pick around it and eat the ground beef and rice. But we'd have beans and rice and ramen noodles for the most part. On weekends, two of my meals are gonna be ramen noodles possibly. Like we'll have like rice and eggs for breakfast, and then for lunch, ramen noodles, and possibility that dinner's gonna be ramen noodles too. You know what I mean? So I told my girl, I was like, I will be a millionaire one day still eating ramen noodles. Straight up. One day I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm still going to be eating ramen noodles. I grew up in the ghetto and didn't even know it and had to teach myself. And I'm still teaching myself. Like and those lifestyles, I appreciate a lifestyle like that more than anything else. Just because coming out of a struggle, like it builds character. You know, like I'm originally from the Oakland, Fremont, and Hayward area. Like I was born in Hayward, spent some of my life in Oakland, spent some of my life in Fremont. So if you know anything about Oakland, like every single year, it doesn't matter. Like you could stretch all the way back to I say the early 1900s, all the way up until now. Oakland has never fallen out of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the United States of America. And for a large amount of time, it was fluctuating between 1 and 3 most dangerous cities in the United States. So I'm from Hartford, Connecticut, in the ghetto parts. Yeah, I don't really know much about Connecticut, but people that are from there have told me it gets pretty bad out there. But no, them Chicago dudes is wilding out right now. Chicago's bad. So is Detroit. And Philly's always been up there, but I wouldn't say Philly's is as bad as Chicago right now. Chicago is bad. New York is calming down a little bit, but it doesn't take much for them to start getting real gully again. Cleveland acts like they want the murder title. Man, that stuff is for the birds. Young kids get killed over dumb stuff in areas like that. But I mean, poverty makes people do crazy things, and I don't think the government. I do think the government knows that, but they just don't care. Like gentrification isn't just the process of moving in a bunch of fancy and upper class people and fancy and upper class things. It's also pushing the lower class out. That's another part of gentrification. So think about it like this: who that's already living in poverty can afford to constantly have to move to a new apartment because the prices go up too high for them and they have to move to another city? It costs money to move into another apartment. You got your deposits, your first month rent. You got to get your moving truck. You got to spend a lot of gas to go back and forth. Poor people can't afford to do that on a regular basis. It takes a lot out of you. You know what I mean? So, like, people start doing desperate things for money, especially if those people that are living in poverty have kids. I know there's some pretty crazy things I would do behind my child. So I can only imagine somebody that barely has a pot to piss in what they would do for their child. Some families, like, there's some fathers out there that go without eating so his kids and his woman can eat. And sometimes it's the other way around. Like sometimes the parents might alternate, like, okay, you eat tonight and I'll eat tomorrow night. Or they just all split like a very small portion of a meal and all eat together. Like I've heard of like a father, he would feed his family and whatever they left over, he would scrape it onto his plate and that's what he would eat. It's crazy. All this killing when they're supposed to be in the house. Exactly, bro. People are raiding stores too. People are trying anyway. Gas cheap as hell right now. Yep, and we don't even need gas right now because nobody's going anywhere. That's funny, right? We're like they gotta stay home. Better dumpster dive. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly just wish that common sense was a little more common. Yeah, there's some really ridiculous people out there. Hey, Murder Man, what area are you from? You're from Cleveland? Oh yeah, you are from Cleveland because I remember you told me LeBron is your boy. Companies be throwing away good stuff, but I would never dumpster dive if I wasn't gonna die. Like I mean, back in the day, I used to just go like so. I lived in Denton, Denton, Texas. I lived in apartments called Rosemont, and there was a Jack in the Box. I had a friend. Like it was weird. I was like 17 and 18 during this time period. Matter of fact, no. I met this lady when I was 16. I was trying to get a job up there, and she was the manager. But I ended up getting a job at Sonic. Worked there until I was about 17, all the way through 17. Actually, it was right before. Yep, I turned 18 working at Sonic. So from age 16 to 17 to 18, I worked at Sonic, and it was Sonic wasn't too far from that Jack in the Box. So like I would always go chop it up with my friend. She's probably like 10 to 12, maybe 15 years older than me. But she would always like during closing because she closed every night as a shift manager. Every night, like she would let me and my boys come into Jack in the Box, and there was like two employees that would always stay later with her. One of the employees was our age, and one of the employees was like in college. They would always like make us free food like every night. So I'm getting like free burgers, asking them to put whatever I wanted on it, and drinking milkshakes and all that stuff. Like, and any food that they weren't going to use, they would just give it to us and let us take it home. Like any cooked food that never got used, any pre-cooked food. And then I got the same benefit whenever I moved to Stephenville for college. Uh, Shout out to my boy Jeff Smith. Uh, if you guys have ever seen those wedding photos of me, like the one where I have the red tuxedo jacket with the black pants and the red bow tie, that was my boy Jeff Smith's wedding. Um, he used to like he was my teammate when I ran track in college, and he used to work at Chicken Express. He used to let me take home like whatever they weren't using. So yeah, that's way better than dumpster diving. Like if the restaurants are gonna throw it out and you show up right before they do, they'll let you have it. Imagine the limit, the amount of gas person. Yeah, yeah. I'm cool long as I got my essentials, a bottle and some smoke. And no, they're not gonna close down any liquor stores, bro. That's not happening. People will lose their minds if they do. Like they're not gonna do that. But they are making people wait in line to get in. I wasn't joking about dumpster diving. You got to do what you got to do to live. True that. Like I think if it got that desperate for me, I probably would. Um, there got to be more nice people on this earth. That's true. Sometimes you got to do some stuff to survive. Yeah, yeah. Like because I would hate to like die like a few days before this whole thing is over, and all I would have had to do to survive the next 3 days was dumpster dive. Like you see how crazy that sounds? Like dang, oh buddy would have lived, but he died because he didn't want to jump in the dumpster and get some food. Like, or people do that on a regular basis. That's how they live. Like I know you guys have got to understand that panhandling is not taking care of those people. Like it does a certain amount, but what if it's storming outside? Nobody is stopping during the middle of a storm, rolling down their window and handing cash to homeless people. And that's if homeless people are even out there during a storm. Not only that, they can get sick in a storm. So like 9 times out of 10, a homeless person is not going to stand out in the rain to panhandle because if they get sick and catch pneumonia, they can't afford the medical bills to take care of themselves. So they have to dumpster dive. They have no choice because there are going to be days where they can't stand on a corner on the highway and ask for people for money to eat. You know, believe it or not, I actually have a homeless friend. I used to live in Oak Cliff, uh, right by Camp Wisdom, and there's a 7-Eleven at the end, close to the Taco Cabana, and there's this guy there. He empties out the trash and stuff for the 7-Eleven, and you know, he refills something. Like he does like little chores for that 7-Eleven, and they give him a little bit of money, and they give him the food that gets left on the like the little oven they have at the counter where you can grab snacks and stuff. They give him some of that cooked food that they're gonna throw out anyway. So like, well, I used to just give him like a bag of clothes. Like, I would like clothes I didn't need anymore. I would just like put them in a big bag, even some shoes, and I brought the bag to him or whatever. Uh, Sometimes he would make enough money to stay at the hotel, and now he's making enough to where he can consistently pay to live at that hotel. So he took the bag over there, like, uh, so he'd make him about. I think he was making himself about like $50 to $60 a night, and he saved a lot of it up. In that it only cost $39.99 to stay at that hotel. So he's pocketing $20 every night. Like watching the dude come out the gutter like that, like I mean, the long, slow way is amazing. Like I can't express to you guys how much I admire that man. And he's always got good advice. Like I used to go out there and chop it up with him and stuff. He's just a good guy. You know. One day I was like, you know what? Let me buy him something out of the gas station, even though it wasn't much. Like he was always like, man, thank you, bro, thank you. I'd give him some money. It'd be like $5. Thank you, bro, thank you. And we had a common struggle because I became friends with him uh, when I was going through a really tough time. Like I was substitute teaching, and my rent was like 800 a month, and my car started acting up. I ended up having to get a new car. So like I was struggling. Like I didn't have any money saved after helping with my son's daycare, paying my car note, and paying my rent. I had nothing. And reality started to kick in and like, dang, I'm probably gonna be homeless pretty soon. So, like me and him chopped it up about that because the first time I met him, I was like, man, I wish I had something to give, but I don't. He was like, nah, bro, you good. He's like, I can tell just by looking at you, you struggling too. And that's how we met up. And then, so he was around when I was dealing with possibly being put out of my apartment because it was getting to the point where I may not be able to pay my rent. Uh, he was around for me to go from that to where I am now, where I have a 2019 vehicle. I have extra money to spare. Like I have a nice apartment, like I have nice things and I could do something for myself. He watched that whole transition happen. And he's been the same dude all the way through. So like when I tell you I do believe in the dumpster diving and the getting it from the gutter because I watched a good brother go through that. Like it's real. And they're probably homeless people are probably taking the worst of this situation because now like they definitely can't get essential things. They can't afford to go go buy like a crap load of toilet paper and get a bunch of food and stuff. So they have to constantly go back and forth and find places to get food. So they have to be around people. I appreciate that, Anthony. Whatever. Some people just don't like things because they don't, that just to be vindictive or mean. Some people just aren't good people. And if you'll find them anywhere, you'll find them on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like, stay in bando and stack up. Exactly, bro. The food banks overcrowded. It's crazy, bro. I if I ever oh shoot, dang, Omi's live right now, and I kind of wanna wait a minute. Omi and the Hellcat, it just went live, and the title of it says "Quitting Vlogging." That's disappointing news. You can always hit rock bottom, even at the highest points. Exactly. Like like what was it? Big Sean. Yeah, Big Sean. Big Sean said in one of his freestyles, he said, "Even when I get ahead, even when I move ahead, I still move like I'm running behind." Like, and that's a real thing to say because MC Hammer was on the top of the world. That dude doesn't have more money than me now. The guy who sings "Can't Touch This," he's like the world's greatest one hit wonder. Dude hit rock bottom. Like the guy doesn't have a pot to piss in. And he had more money. Like like that's crazy. Like it's the fact that somebody can go from being rich to having nothing. And you know who it happens to most? Like those big corporate industries. Whenever the corporation crashes and they realize, dang, like we owe a lot of people money, we're going under. Like a lot of the workers and people that hold like who invested in that corporation, which is this is the dangerous thing about making investments. If whatever you invested in goes under, instead of making a profit, you start owing. You start owing. And my feet peeling. Yeah. Sir Mix-a, MC Hammer. No, he had more than one song, but it was like the only one that blew up for him was "Can't Touch This." I think he actually had a whole album. Right, yep. I'm a big money saver too. Another thing Big Shop and Sean said, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I believe that applies to financial stability too. If you don't have at least a little something set aside for a rainy day, you're not preparing yourself. I do remember that. Pumps and bump. I do remember that. But hey, if more people thought like us, maybe that song would have went platinum. Could have been. So Mix a Lot is another one that was considered a one hit wonder, but he had an album too. He has a song called Mac Daddy, and I actually like that song. You heard Mac Daddy by Sir Mix a Lot, right? Yeah, like I like that song. Mac Daddy went hard. Mac Daddy. That beat just went hard. You know a song. You know what? And people usually argue me down about this, but bro, Will Smith was an underrated rapper. I'm gonna get to that after I read this. Yeah, my hoopty. Something I hate that people do when they get a little money is switch up and forget who helped them get there. Exactly. Like I can't stand like even if somebody say somebody only lent you $5 one day and say you paid them back with interest, you should always remember that that person lent you that $5, even though it's not much. Like I'll never forget that all the first people that just follow my channel at a rapid pace is my students. My students found out I had a YouTube channel. They all jumped on here. I mean, some of them unsubscribed and stuff, but I mean that comes along with it. You know what I mean? Like I said before, feelings are fickle. But the fact that my students were the one, like my students have been on this thing since I was at 200 subscribers. So my students literally watched me climb from 200 subscribers to where I'm at now. It was like the first last school year, I started at like 80 something, and my students got me to like 190 something or 180 something. And then this year, they got me up to like 267, 267, 280, somewhere between there. And then after that, like people just started noticing the content because YouTube was like, oh, hey, you know, this guy's got like more attention. So like they probably started promoting my videos a little bit more. And then once I started posting the filet videos, it took off from there. Because realistically, I've only had like the videos where I talk about boxing. I've only had like five or six of those go viral. Every filet video goes viral. Uh, yes, Posse on Broadway. I hate that too. You always got to remember who built you or who what built what you've done. Yep. It's like, and the crazy thing is, like, some people feel like they don't owe thanks to anybody just because it was probably going to happen anyway. Like, some people were like, "Oh, well, I was going to do this anyway." It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care if one day somebody lends you like $10, but you already know you're going to have $1 million a week from then. You should still appreciate that fact that that person gave you $10 to hold you until you got that million. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers I was going to have. The fact that some people jumped on, you know, and were like, "Hey, I want to support your channel." That means everything to me. Coach, the worst thing is that they're more than 90% often of them. Oh yeah, of the students. But I mean, if that's the case, then I should just appreciate the 10% of my students that are still subscribed. At the end of the day, it's gonna happen, you know. I always be repaying what I owe, even if it's a smile. Exactly. I remember when we was in class, we was all counting how fast they went up just in our class. Roderick was your 64th subscriber, and I was your 65th. Yeah. Oh no, I think you guys. Wait a minute, for real? I thought I had 80 something before then. How many subscribers did I have before I started telling y'all about it? Because I think I had a few subscribers before I talked to y'all, but I needed to get 100 before I could even live stream. Because I remember I was telling you guys I wanted to do like live teach some of you guys stuff online, and I couldn't live stream until I got to 100 subscribers. So that means you guys were probably like a couple of the first ones to subscribe. Maybe I only had 57 at the time then, or 47. I don't know. It's foggy now. All I know is like my students got me to the first milestone. Then, like, when I tell y'all, I went to Vegas and I started promoting like crazy. But I guarantee you, if I wouldn't have already had like subscribers, some of those people probably would have looked at me like, I'm not gonna sub. Yeah. You don't have that many because students wasn't following you because they wasn't taking you seriously until you started posting stuff for class. So I had like what, 40 something? And now coach basically I wouldn't say famous. It like I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like as weenie like as this is gonna sound, it did kind of hurt my feelings like when the summer hit and a bunch of them just unsubscribed.